Hi, I'm Catherine Parenteau.
And I'm Athena Trio.
And today we're going to show you how to develop quick hands behind the kitchen line.
Hey guys, we have some really exciting news. We just partnered up with Pickleball Central. If you don't know what Pickleball Central is, it's basically a store where they sell everything from shoes to like paddles. They have literally everything related to pickleball. We're super excited. You can also use a 10% discount with my code CP10. We're super grateful for our partner, and without them, we wouldn't be able to make this amazing content, so go check them out.
When it comes to volley, it's really important to have the right ready position. So the best paddle position when it comes to volleys, you want to be ready for anything that comes your way fast. So you want to make sure that, for example, I'm righty. If I were to stand in the middle of a clock, you want your paddle to be aiming towards 11 o'clock. Okay, so slightly towards your back end. The reason why, it's because if the ball is coming straight towards your face or straight towards your body, it's a lot easier to react with a backhand than reacting with your forehand. If I try to react with my forehand, my elbow is coming in the way of my body. Therefore, it's really hard to protect myself and to keep the ball down. But if I'm ready with my backhand, 11 o'clock position for righties again, and the ball's coming right towards my face, it's a lot easier to defend myself and it's a lot easier to keep the ball down. So in between every volleys, every hit you hit in pickleball, doesn't matter what stroke, you want to make sure you get back into that ready position, 11 o'clock. For lefties, it's going to be the opposite. So my paddle is going to be aiming towards 1 o'clock. Again, so it's a lot easier for me to react with a backhand.
One of the most important parts about the volleys is making sure that your swings are short and compact. You know, a lot of times what we might see is you have a very long dink rally and you finally get that ball that you've been waiting for. It's nice and high, it's juicy, and what goes through your mind? Slam it, kill it, right? And what happens to the length of your swing when you're trying to kill that ball? All of a sudden now we have this huge, massive swing, okay? And when you have this massive swing, what do you think happens to your accuracy? It goes down, right? So there's this misconception as the bigger your swing, the more power you're going to generate. That's not always true, right? If I'm not able to make contact in the sweet spot of my paddle, I can't generate much power, okay? What generates power is me being able to make contact in that sweet spot and make clean contact with the ball, okay? So the shorter my swing, the higher the chance I'm able to be accurate with my contact point, okay? So that's one reason you want to keep your swing short and compact. The other reason is because if I happen to hit a volley and I have a super long follow through, while I'm finishing my swing, guess what's coming back towards me? The ball, right? So I'm not ready for volley number 2, 3, 4, right? I hit one good volley and then it better end the point because I'm not ready for another one, right? So especially at the kitchen line when it comes to fast hands, it's a competition for time and efficiency, right? Can I be faster than my opponents, okay? So making sure that these swings are short and compact, you're able to generate more power if you're able to hit the sweet spot of your paddle, and you're able to be ready for volley 2, 3, 4, 5 if your swings are short and you're able to get back into position faster than your opponents, right? Most of the time with my backhand, I'm able to comfortably make contact in front of my body. Why is that? Can I get behind my body? Not really, right? Because my body's in the way of my arm, okay? The volley that most people have issues with is that forehand volley because I can take my paddle all the way back here, right? So if I'm tempted to take a big swing, it's more likely to happen on my forehand side, okay? Now, when I'm hitting a backhand towards Catherine, backhand volley, see how my wrist is facing Catherine? So I want to make sure that the face of my paddle begins and ends towards Catherine, okay? So on my forehand volley, I'm going to show Catherine the inside of my wrist as I'm hitting that forehand volley, right? And I'm literally just going to flip that paddle and flip that wrist. I don't want to take the paddle back because here now I can't see the paddle and I can't see my contact point. Whereas I want for the paddle to just switch positions here. So I'm going from showing the back of my wrist to the inside of my wrist. And then my forehand volley is like a high five, right? I wouldn't go up to Catherine and give her a high five like this, right? You don't give people high fives like that. If I wanted to give her a high five, I would just give her a high five like that, right? So same thing with that forehand volley. I want the contact point to try to remain in front of your body, same way that it does on your backhand. Easiest way to do that, make sure your backhand, you're showing Catherine the back of your wrist, and then on that forehand volley, you're gonna show her the inside of your wrist, you're gonna follow through just like a high five. Keeping those swings short and compact, again, for accuracy, you're able to generate power and be ready for volleys 2, 3, 4, 5.
And I'm gonna add one more thing. When it comes to volley, because it's a more of a powerful shot, you wanna grip your paddle at about 6 or 7 out of 10. 0 out of 10, it's falling off my hand. 10 out of 10, I'm gripping super hard. You want about 6 or 7, just because you wanna generate a little bit more power. Whenever in pickleball, you wanna hit something softer, so we're gonna talk about, like, for example, third shot drop or blocking. That's when you're gonna hold your paddle with less pressure on your grip. But in this case, when we hit our volleys, we want to add more power behind our volleys. We want to generate more power. That's when you're going to grip a little tighter, about 6 or 7 out of 10.
So one of our favorite drills to work on your volleys and making sure that they're short and compact is we're actually going to volley from inside the kitchen, okay? Your heels should be just inside the kitchen line. And so what that does is Catherine and I are 1 foot closer to each other on each side, which means we have less time, which forces our swings to be shorter. If our swings are not short, it's going to be really difficult for us to be consistent and keep a rally going. So this drill is great in order to help you make sure that your volleys are staying compact, okay? Now, on a scale from 0 to 10 in terms of speed with these volleys, we don't recommend starting at about a 10 and trying to kill each other, right? It's a cooperative drill. You're trying to see if you can get 20, 25, 30 volleys in a row, okay? So on a scale from 1 to 10 in terms of speed, maybe start at about a 4 or 5. See if you can get 15, 20 in a row. And then little by little, you pick up the pace as you get more used to doing this drill, right? So Catherine and I are gonna start off. Our swings are gonna be nice and short, and we're gonna be trying to make sure that we're getting into that ready position in between every volley, okay? A lot of the time, what we see is somebody's hitting a volley and their paddle's dropping here. And so now I'm late trying to react to a ball. So try to make sure that you guys are hitting these volleys, keeping them short, and keeping that paddle up in between volleys, okay? We teach these camps and clinics all over the country, and you know, people are like, no, my paddle's not down. But we'll record them, and all of a sudden they see, oh yeah, I guess my paddle is down, right? So really try to be conscious of the fact, remembering to take that paddle up and make sure it's up in between volleys, okay? So we're gonna start here inside the kitchen. Start nice and slow. Then we're starting to feel a little bit more comfortable. We slowly pick up the pace. So again, we can generate a decent amount of power here without having to feel like we have to take a massive swing, okay? So now we feel comfortable. We picked up the pace inside the kitchen. Then you want to get out of the kitchen, and now you should feel like you have a lot more time. So it should feel easier than it did when you were inside the kitchen. And then the goal is you're going to try to do the same thing. Try to see if you can be consistent, get 20, 25, 30 in a row without the swings getting big because we have more time, right? The goal is we want the swings to be the same compact short swings that we had when we were inside the kitchen, okay? Oh!
Thank you for watching your video, and I hope you guys were impressed with our quick hands.
Make sure that you guys like, subscribe, and if you have any questions, comment down below.
Good? I hope you guys were impressed with our quick hands.
You didn't say thank you for watching.
Oh yeah.
We're both walking forward after I'm done.
This.
Yes. Yeah.
One step.
Please make sure that you guys like, subscribe, and if you have any questions, comment down below.
Yeah.
Oh, we forgot.
That's right.